Hello, my name is Crow, and this is Project Architect 2. This is episode 16. So, last time we kind of connected a bunch of stuff together using our P2P for our AE2 system. And so, we're just going to keep on with the next step, with the next automation that we need to get to. Okay, so now, this is where my enchanting apparatus is gonna, or my enchanting setup is gonna go. I have my power over here. Over here, up top here is where I'd like my Ars Nouveau stuff to be set up. I think, because I need a couple different things. I need a couple different setups for Ars Nouveau. I need the enchanting apparatus, which I had set up temporarily. So I need the enchanting apparatus, and then I also need an imbuement chamber set up as well. Because this is how I'm gonna make like spell focuses and that kind of thing. It looks like I'll need an imbuement chamber with 4 slots on it. But the big thing is going to be that I need to set up is the enchanting apparatus. So let's take a look at what I got in my magic pouch here. Okay, I think what I want to do is I want to have it here. And so the enchanting apparatus will use, will look in a certain area. And I'm not sure exactly what the area around it that it will do. Apparatus. Okay, so let's look at some of the enchanting apparatus recipes here. Things that I'm gonna, I probably won't need this, but this is 8 around. I wonder if there's anything like significantly. This is 5 around, 8. So I'll definitely need to have this kind of on AutoCraft. Looks like 8 is probably the most that I will need. Okay, so that's 8. I mean, I can always go more if I really need to. So now I want to test to make sure that this works. Okay, so I need. I mean, I could make this one, but let me make a Drigme one because I think I'll actually need a Drigme eventually. So that's not kind of like a waste. Where's the Drigme charm? Drigme charm. Okay, so fish, seeds. Got it. Drigme charm. Wheat, wheat seed, a carrot. What's the other thing? Where'd that guy go? Apple, fish. Okay. And then I also, while I'm at this, let's look at a lectern. So this is going to be 4 chests and a lectern. Oh, I don't think this has a EMC value, does it? No, it does not. But I can do. I happen to have a lectern, and then let's look for chests. Okay, so this is encouraging because these are the farthest ones away, and it still saw it as a valid recipe. And let me make another one of these things. All right, cool. So now let's do a ritual of awakening. We need some flourishing and then a bunch of archwood. Actually, let's do 2 of these. So the Ritual of Awakening is useful for a couple things. The first one is to make bookworm charms. And to do that, we just have to set up a ritual brazier. I don't believe this requires any source. But in order to make bookworms, I don't think there's a limit. But as we can see, no problem. The other thing that you can do with this Ritual of Awakening is if you run it near a tree, near an arcwood tree, then it should make a wheeled walker. Yeah, this guy. Hey, buddy. And if you right-click him and then set him over here, then he will guard this block wherever, yeah. So. And then I think if he gets attacked and he dies, he like goes into hibernation mode and then replenishes his health. And he'll kind of just wander around. And then he'll always path back to his home. So, kind of cool. Anyways, but the bookworms are useful because we can do this number here, where if you click it on it, I think I might need 2 bookworms for this. We'll find out. Then it sets the storage lectern as its home, and then I can link everything here to the lectern. And I've never done this before, so I don't know if this will actually work or not. But because this counts as an inventory, okay. So this can only connect 8 inventories with a single bookworm. So I do need to have a second bookworm in order to get up to 9. But now, what I should be able to do, if you right click on the inventory, it shows everything it's linked to. So now what I should be able to do is, in order to create this, this Drigme charm, I should be able to just do this. The way that this, the lectern stores things is it stores things in priority of when you link them together. And so it will always fill in these guys first before this one. And the way that the enchanting apparatus works is you have to have the recipe before you put the thing in the middle. And now if I look in the storage lectern, now there's my Drigme charm and I can pull it out. So you can push and pull out of these things. What you can also do, and here's how we're going to automate this thing. So Ars Nouveau is always from first and then to. So I should be able to just right click on this, set the position, and then this is linked. So this still has the 9 connected inventories and 2 bookworms and these guys. But then here should be using the same inventory as those ones. So for example, if I, what was the lectern recipe? It was 4 chests and a lectern, right? Or what's another, I guess, thing I want to make? The source relay splitter, right? So I need 4 lapis. Okay. And the depositor is 4 hoppers. A warper is 4 ender pearls and 4 popper. Okay. So let's see if this works first, though, right? Because I need 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one of these guys. So if I put all this in, boom, 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 this should start crafting. There we go. And I linked to this side first, and then this side, and then the middle. And so that's why there's that. Right, so this all fills in the side, that fills in the side, and then that goes on. And I can't put anything else. I can't add other stuff because it only has 9 slots, not only 9 inventories, and each inventory can only hold one thing. And so then I can either pull it out here or pull it out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and... Oh, I need to get some redstone. Make a pattern provider. Okay, and so pattern provider, and then I need a add scroll. Oh, sorry, an allow. Which means I need a blank parchment. And then this guy, allow. And oh, and then I need a frame. I think the glass item frame should work. But we'll see. Okay, so now the last thing that needs to happen with this is I need to look at some of the common recipes that I'm gonna um, use, right? So like, for example, the source relay is frequently in these enchanting apparatus recipes, but never out here, only in the middle, which means I can set, which means I can set it, if I click on I can add this to my allow scroll, and this is the real question here, is this gonna work? So so this should make it so that the only thing that can go in here is the source relay, right? Because the way that filtering happens with Ars Nouveau is using the item frames. Now this glass item frame, it might be wonky, so I'll have to check to see if this works. Um, so this is still working, but I'm concerned about the hoppers. Um, because so this works on anything that completely fills up the enchanting apparatus. All I have to do is make sure that basically if this recipe has 9 inputs, the one in the middle goes in last. My concern though is if I have something that um, doesn't have the same right number of inputs, right? So like for example, the source relay, if I want to make a source relay collector, I need 4 chests and then a source relay. Or sorry, or a depositor is going to be 4, and there we go. So it does work. Um, the important thing is you still have to make sure that this is going in order. That's cool, right? Now these guys, I should be able to kill them or remove them. I still have the connected inventories, so I can still use them. It just doesn't have these guys floating around. I'll just leave this over here, just in case I ever need to, because if I want to add or remove things, inventories from here, I will have to have these guys active again. So I do need to have, and those specific ones. So I want to have them there. Okay, so that's cool, right? So now I should be able to create a pattern and then I need a puller module and then a sender module. I don't need that. Okay. So the sender module, again, goes to the back. And then the puller module is going to pull from here, which means it's pulling from up there. And then it's going to, the trick is it needs to have a whitelist. Okay, so Ars Nouveau for sure needs to go in there. Honestly, I don't even know if the lectern needs to be in there. The Mark of Mastery for sure needs to be in there as well. Okay, last thing that needs to happen is the return. So I'm going to pull, and then can I put this in here? Oh, yes, I can. And enchanting spell turret, and a timer spell turret. And okay, so now final test. If I make a Starbuncle charm, it did not do it. Starbuncle token. Starbuncle token. Okay. I thought we figured out that this did work. You know what I'll do? Show you what I'll do. I'll do this number here. And then this needs to be a sender Mark II. That goes to the south, which means that should still. This, because of this repository, and let's try another Starbuncle. It puts it in here, and then this sucks it all in. And now it should be working. So the problem is that AE2 was pushing too fast, right? It pushed so fast that this didn't have a chance, or the enchanting apparatus didn't have a chance to realize that this was a valid recipe. And so it shunted that token over here. Because I have the lectern doing the pulling, lectern is slightly slower. You saw it sitting down there in the repository for like a second. Because this is doing the pulling, by the time it needs to process that token, it knows it's a valid recipe. So that should work perfectly then. Now, the next step is going to be doing the same thing with the imbuement chamber, which is going to be significantly, like, holy smokes, much more difficult. Will that work? I'm not sure if that will work. Oh, it does work. Okay. Fashion over function. Okay, so let's see here. Get a glass thing here. And an allow scroll. Okay, so this will allow me to create all of my gems. And this will again do the same thing where as long as it is going slow enough, it will see this as a valid recipe, and then stick it in here because it prefers to do this. Um, just like the enchanting apparatus, it needs to have a valid recipe in order to insert here. It can't just insert whatever it wants and then just wait. You can trick it um, by like putting it in before it gets there, but it's not crafting anymore, and it'll start crafting only once it receives the proper thing. So okay, so that means that what's going to happen is any pattern is going to put a bunch of stuff into here. It will put in the gem last because remember the imbuement chamber. Um, right, so it'll put in the gem last, and then the gem will get sent to the imbuement chamber. Um, now the real question is for things like this, because I want it to pull out these air essences when it's done crafting the air infused turret, but only after it's done crafting. So I think I'm gonna need to get into another mod. Okay, so let's make some imbuement chamber recipes. Okay. Um, the source gem has to be last. Source gem has to be last. Okay, so now this should be that one. Okay, so the source gems, these should work because the source gem is in the middle one. It's just a matter of getting things out. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at the imbuement chamber recipes. The things that we're going to need are these guys, right? So I want it to basically say if there is a enchanted spell turret or a source gem, then do not pull. And so I need to have a sensor. So I think I actually need to get into laser IO. I think that's going to be the easiest way to go about this, because I can do a redstone card. Um, I should actually just be able to do like super duper easy. Okay, so then I need a laser node. I'm going to need a, say, 2 item cards, 2 redstone cards. Um, some observers. Okay. I think this is all I'm going to need to automate this thing. Okay, so what's going to happen is this is going to put all these patterned ingredients into here. This will suck them up in the order that they're inserted, and that will get sent up to this storage lectern. What I want to do is I want to sense I'm looking for a source gem or a Enchanted spell turret. Has to be enchanted. Okay, and if it does, if it senses those, this is going to be output on the purple, right? I said purple. Okay. So I'm sensing if it finds those things, either of those things. That's right. So right. So right now this is off. This should suck it up. Come on. And now it's on. Okay. Which means that if this only works. Oh, wait. Okay, see, it wasn't going fast enough. So it was still, right, because there's 48, and now I have, yeah, see, it was this is too fast. So the final scheme of this, and I'll have to do some more testing just to make sure this is going to work, is that because I have to use this chest as like an intermediary, then if this chest has a source gem, this can't work. If this has a source gem, it can't work. And that source gem goes from here to here. And so in theory, when this is crafting something, there should never be a time when there's no source gem if the craft is in progress, right? Because the source gem shows up here, which means no pulling, goes straight over here, and that still means no pulling. And then once there is no source gem in here, then this will empty everything out. And that's that. So I think that's going to be it today, though. A lot of a lot of redstone messing around. Um, but thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any tips or tricks or comments or any ideas. Throw them down in the comments below. And otherwise, I'll see you later. Take care.